Escargot. Why are snails a specialty in France? When one thinks of French cuisine, images of delicate pastries, rich sauces, and fine wines may come to mind. Yet, among these iconic elements is a dish that sparks curiosity, surprise, and often hesitation from those unfamiliar with it: escargot. For centuries, the French have savored escargot, a dish consisting of cooked land snails, typically prepared in garlic butter and herbs. But what exactly is escargot, and how did it become such a celebrated culinary delicacy in France? Escargot, the French word for snail, refers specifically to the edible land snails that are commonly served as an appetizer in French cuisine. While snails are consumed in various countries and cultures, particularly in Mediterranean regions, it is in France that escargot has gained its status as a gourmet food. These snails are either harvested from the wild or farmed, and their preparation for the table involves a process of purging, boiling, and finally cooking them in a flavorful sauce, most famously in beurre à la bourguignonne, a blend of garlic, butter, parsley, and sometimes shallots. Escargot can be prepared in various ways, with regional variations across France. While the traditional preparation involves stuffing the snail meat back into its shell with the garlic butter, some modern recipes may serve the snails out of their shells or with different sauces, such as wine-based or cream-based preparations. The rich and savory flavors of escargot, particularly when combined with garlic butter, are complemented by the slightly chewy texture of the snail meat, creating a dish that is as much about the preparation as it is about the ingredient itself. Snails have been consumed by humans for thousands of years, with evidence suggesting that they were part of the diet in ancient Rome and Greece. The Romans, in particular, were known to farm snails and serve them as a delicacy, and this tradition likely spread across Europe during the expansion of the Roman Empire. In France, the consumption of snails gained popularity in the Middle Ages, particularly in rural areas where snails were abundant and easily harvested. During this time, snails were considered a source of protein that could be consumed during fasting periods in the Christian calendar, particularly during Lent when meat was forbidden. As such, snails were seen as a practical and acceptable alternative, and over time, they evolved from a humble rural food to a dish with more refined culinary connotations. The transformation of escargot into a true culinary specialty is often attributed to Talleyrand, a prominent French diplomat and gastronome who served during the Napoleonic era. In the early 19th century, Talleyrand purportedly introduced the dish at a grand dinner for Russian Tsar Alexander I, impressing the monarch with the delicacy of the snails. This event is said to have helped elevate escargot to the status of a luxury food, fit for high society. From that point onward, escargot became a staple in French haute cuisine, served in fine dining establishments and prepared by skilled chefs. One of the hallmarks of French cuisine is its emphasis on regional and seasonal ingredients, and escargot is no exception. In particular, the Burgundy region of France, renowned for its fine wines and robust culinary heritage, is where escargot has become most closely associated. The snails harvested from this region, particularly the Helix pomatia, are considered some of the finest in the world due to their size, flavor, and texture. The preparation of escargot in Burgundy, with its garlic butter and parsley sauce, reflects the region's abundant agricultural produce, combining locally sourced ingredients into a harmonious and flavorful dish. In this sense, escargot is a quintessential example of terroir, the French concept that the characteristics of a food or drink are shaped by the environment in which it is produced. By incorporating snails, herbs, butter, and wine from their local surroundings, French chefs elevate simple ingredients into something that embodies the essence of the region. Escargot may seem like a straightforward dish. After all, it is essentially cooked snails in butter, but the process of transforming a raw snail into a gourmet dish requires skill and expertise. The snails must first be purged, a process that involves feeding the snails a controlled diet, or no diet at all, to clear their digestive tracts of impurities. Afterward, the snails are boiled, removed from their shells, and then cooked in a flavorful sauce before being placed back into the shells for serving. A properly cooked snail is tender and flavorful, while an overcooked snail can become tough and rubbery. The butter sauce, too, must be carefully balanced so that it complements the flavor of the snail without overpowering it. Escargot has become more than just a dish in France, it is a symbol of French culinary identity and cultural pride. French cuisine is known for its emphasis on high-quality ingredients, intricate preparation techniques, and respect for tradition, and escargot encapsulates all of these elements. The dish's association with fine dining and gourmet experiences has solidified its place in the pantheon of French gastronomy, and its presence on the menus of prestigious restaurants reinforces its status as a culinary icon. Beyond its role in haute cuisine, escargot also represents a certain adventurous spirit in eating. For many non-French diners, the idea of consuming snails may initially seem unappealing, but for the French, the ability to appreciate such a unique and flavorful dish is a testament to their love of food and willingness to embrace diverse ingredients. In this way, escargot serves as both a literal and figurative expression of the French approach to cuisine, one that is rooted in tradition, yet unafraid to explore new tastes and textures. While escargot remains most closely associated with France, its appeal has spread beyond French borders, and the dish is now enjoyed by food enthusiasts around the world. In many countries, particularly in fine dining establishments, escargot is offered as a gourmet appetizer, often paired with French wines or champagne to enhance the dining experience. Its international popularity has been bolstered by the rise of travel and food media, which have helped demystify the dish and encourage diners to try escargot as part of their culinary explorations. Escargot is far more than just snails on a plate. It is a dish that embodies the essence of French culinary tradition, from its historical roots in rural and religious customs to its modern status as a gourmet delicacy. The meticulous preparation of escargot, combined with the use of regional ingredients and a deep respect for culinary heritage, has elevated this once humble food into a specialty that is celebrated both in France and around the world.